Hey everyone, it's Alexi. Relationships can be so unpredictable, right? Today, we have 3 fascinating stories where women dared to make big changes to see if their partners would even notice. So, if you've ever thought about cutting your hair short just to test the waters, keep watching to the end. You might be surprised by these twists.
I'd always wanted to go short, but my husband had these 2 ironclad rules: never gain weight and never cut my hair. 10 years of marriage, and I stuck to it. But now, in my late 30s, I was feeling ignored. He'd gain weight, his hair thinned, yet he barely looked my way anymore. No more compliments, no more "you look great," just football games. So I started slow. First, I trimmed about 4 inches off. No reaction from him at all. Week after week, another stylist, another few inches gone. By the 4th week, my waist-length hair was up to my shoulders, yet he still hadn't noticed. Finally, on the 5th week, I went even shorter. This time, as I sat across from him, I saw him squinting. "Did you cut your hair?" he finally asked. I shrugged and told him I'd been trimming it a little every week, getting bolder each time. "Well," he said, barely looking at me, "if you were going to do that, you might as well have cut it all at one time, instead of making so many trips to the salon." So I went back the next day and asked for a real cut, something daring. The stylist, who had short hair, knew exactly what I meant, and she smiled and nodded. When I walked back into the house with a short bob, he was in total shock. He suddenly turned off the TV for the first time in years. For the rest of the evening, he just stood there, talking and watching me. I think I might spark something new in our marriage. I never expected that. I think cutting my hair really spiced up our marriage.
He'd always been indifferent to my hair. I could wear it any way I wanted. Long, short. He didn't mind. I normally went to the salon about once a month to get the ends trimmed. But when my stylist suggested something fresh and different, her words weighed down on me. Did I really wear my hair the same way for years? Had I become so humdrum? Maybe I did need a change. I stared at my image in the mirror and said, "Give me a chin-length bob." When she finished, I hardly recognized myself with it so much shorter. And then she said, "Wait." And she pulled out a set of electric clippers, and she buzzed my neck, cleaning up my neckline from all of the fine long hairs that had grown out when it was long. It felt so much smoother. I had never had my neck shaved before. I felt lighter, fresher. When I got home, I walked right past him, but nothing. No reaction. So I went back to the salon the next day. I told her I liked the shortness of the style, and I wanted to go even shorter. A retro style, with clippers buzzing up the back of my nape. I wanted him to notice and see something new on me. Finally, that night at dinner, he looked up, eyes wide. "Wow," was all he said, but I could tell. He was impressed. Maybe he realized something had changed in me as well.
I saved this story for last. After the last Perm romance story I did, I received this story from a new friend of mine. She loves the retro look, the feeling of nostalgia, but her boyfriend does not like anything retro. He's a gamer, and that's all he likes. See if this girl's retro short perm can distract him from his gaming long enough to notice it.
I love everything retro, and I'm all about retro style. I had this shoulder length, vintage cut, but it needed something extra. A short retro style perm. My boyfriend was the exact opposite of me, and always practically glued to his gaming console. If it wasn't Call of Duty or anything that was war-themed, he didn't care about it. I stopped by to see him before I went to my perm appointment. He hardly looked up. I figured after my perm appointment, he still wouldn't even notice. I was right. 3 hours later, I walked back in with tight curls bouncing everywhere, smelling like perm solution. He didn't look up. He just sniffed the air. "What's that smell?" he muttered. When he finally saw me, he just stared. "Why didn't you tell me you were doing that to your hair?" "Retro perm," I declared. He blinked. "That's messed up?" Then shook his head and went back to his gaming. Well, maybe I was too retro for him. I walked out that door and never looked back. I'd find someone who liked retro with me because I loved it.
Well, what did you think? Sometimes it takes a big change to see if the little things really matter. Would you try something like this? Thanks for tuning in. And don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments below. That's all the time we have for today. Until next time. I hope you enjoyed the story. It does me a great pleasure that you are here with me. The community is growing, and I appreciate you being a part of it.
And now, a couple of important updates from Alexi, just for you.
Hey everyone. I've started an ASMR music relaxation project for peace and tranquility, and I'd love your support. Check it out through the link here, along with another video I think you'll enjoy. Thanks for watching.